All right, everyone. We are back. We're back working on these Patreon sketch cards. Crumbs everywhere. Not supposed to eat at the desk, but I did, and now I got crumbs everywhere. So we just have some Patreon sketch cards to work on. Uh, these shouldn't take too long. We were doing them a little bit earlier, but y'all know I had some family stuff I had to take care of, that always comes first. So let's just get back to it. Get back to it. I'm gonna drop a link into the chat right now where everyone could hop into the Discord. The Discord is where I am most active. I don't really play around on regular social media anymore, so I started an art Discord, and there's a place, there's space there where you can share works in progress that you have, any projects you may be working on. It's just a really fun time on there, honestly. It beats regular social. It's almost like a curated art space. So, and also that's where I'm most active. So if you're interested in anything I have going on, whether that's on YouTube or some new drawings or whatever I have going on, yeah, the the Discord is where you'll find out. Again, I'll drop the links into the chat. Hey, Get Anime, first time live viewer, welcome. Yeah, so what we're working on right now are some sketches for the Patreon. These are just quick little 4x6-inch sketches. These aren't anything crazy. So the topic is chosen every month by the patrons themselves. This month they chose AKIRA or AKIRA. Lots of Tetsuos going on. I think a majority of these will be Tetsuo. Welcome, welcome. Waka waka. So we're doing really quick work with the brush pen, and then we'll gonna slap them all with some Copic markers. I think with Tetsuo, what we'll be doing is using a lot of under lighting. Not sponsored by Copic, by the way, but if Copic is watching, feel free to sponsor the streams if you feel if you feel like it. Now, what's everyone up to this weekend? I can't believe it's the weekend already. It's crazy. First off, I can't believe it's February, and then I can't believe like the whole week has already passed. And I know it's Friday, right? Yeah, I know Friday prime time. There's a lot of big streamers on right now. So I'm not really expecting too big of a crowd. Actually, speaking of crowd, I need to let the Discord know that we're live. Let me sneak that in and tell the Discord that we're live. I'm estimating this stream will probably be about 3 hours long. We tried to do a stream earlier where we did these, but again, I had family stuff I had to take care of. But the family's asleep now, so I get to draw. What do you like to work on? don't want to leave too much like white space. It always looks a little too unfinished for that when I leave that much white space. So we'll just take a really light color. I think this is the only non-Kaneda, non-Tetsuo drawing in this whole set this month. These sketch cards, yo, Zombie, what's going on? These are 4x6. Yeah, so we have been doing some of these Patreon sketch cards. How long have we been doing the Patreon now? Over a year. So these sketch cards is the $10 tier. It's only $10 to get an original ink sketch if you get it through the Patreon. And the topics are chosen by the patrons themselves. I haven't put up the new poll for February yet. Yeah, so if I can give you a little background on the sketch cards, the Patreon, the reason I put it to 10 was because I've run into so many people at conventions. You know, like my regular commission prices, you know, at the lowest I usually do is 150, right? And that's a lot. That's out of a lot of people's price range. So I figured, you know, the Patreon would be a really cool way to get some original ink work out to people. I put a limit to how many, right? And to me, it's just like, it's like a fun way to get some smaller original artwork out to people who really like my work. So plus, you know, Patreon money. Who doesn't like that? So I don't know. Every month I have a really fun time doing these Patreon sketch cards. Like we had a month where we did Yu-Gi-Oh. Where'd those go? I have some leftovers from the Yu-Gi-Oh one because we just sat here and we were just drawing for like hours, and then I didn't realize I had gone over like the required amount that I needed. So yeah, so Yeah, just having a shit ton of fun. Yeah, we did some Yu Yu Hakusho in December, and then we did what did we Ooh, I can't remember. We did Yu Yu Hakusho and what was the other one we did for January? We did it just like a couple days ago. I'm so dumb. Hold on. Ghost in the Shell. It's Ghost in the Shell. No, that Turtles was a different project we did while we on the side. So how you been? What's going on, dude? Are you in Texas? Ups and downs, got a new job out there. Turns out to be amazing. That's awesome. Well, it's good to hear that. Yeah, I'm still in California. We're actually planning to get out of California by the end of the year. That's why I'm going back out to doing cons full time. You know how I stopped doing cons for a while? Because I was doing them like every weekend. So then I stopped doing them for a while, and now I'm doing them full time again this year. Yeah, the grind starts in February, or actually starts in 2 weeks. Dude, do that. Do that. Fuck these cons. Stopped cons a while ago? Yeah, I stopped a while ago. Like, I would do a couple of them. So, since COVID, I've only done like a couple of them per year, right? As like little supplemental income for the big shows. But this year, I'm just gonna go back to it because let's face it, like crazy paychecks. So I was like, all right, look, if we're gonna move, house shopping, let's do it right. So I just want to get out of Cali. I want to get out of California, man. So we're gonna do all the ink line work for all these cards first, and then we have to let them dry, and then we'll go in and hit them with the Copic markers. If you're ever in Texas for a con and need a helper, hey, you know what? You know what, dude? Thanks for offering. I'm not gonna lie, I will actually keep you in the pocket because I know that you know how to table. All my people who, I said it, you people, all my people who I used to hire to do cons for me have kind of moved on with their life. Like, they have, like, a grown-ass, man. They have real lives, they got, like, they have families, and we're getting older, and it's just like all of a sudden everybody's just like a grown-ass man all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, okay, I see you guys. You're too busy. That's cool. So, honestly, I more or less, if I have to double dip at a Texas show, I will cut you a big check to help me out. Yeah, late 2019, I was riding real high. I was like cons every weekend. You know, had that huge money flow. I had employees. I was just like, all right, cool. And then when COVID hit and I switched over here to Twitch, I was just like, you know what? Maybe I don't really need all of these people. No, but no, life's been like fucking pretty great. I've calmed the fuck down a lot. Domesticated really hardcore over the past few years. Like artists need 2 different shows help. Yeah. Random question here. What are your thoughts on those art boxes that are a thing nowadays? Also, if you're ever in Oregon, Washington, you're happy to help. Yo, I will take up everybody on those offers. I'm not gonna lie. I have a potential convention in Seattle called SakuraCon. I need somebody to help me with that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we'll have to see if I get in. My opinion on those art boxes, they're fun. All of those like loot boxes are fun. I would never do it because I'm very picky about my supplies, and I don't even like people giving me gifts, buying me art supplies as gifts. I'm like, y'all better just give me like 20 bucks and just let me go and get my stuff. But I think they're fun. But it's not for me because I'm too picky about my art supplies. Now, if they wanted to send me stuff, I'd be more than happy to open some boxes on stream and get some sponsored art supplies. But like, as for shopping wise, I think it'd mainly be for fun. Yeah, but not my taste, not my cup of tea. Yeah. I've done the booth babe thing. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like it. It brings a lot of attention, but not the kind of attention that I want. All the attention just goes to the booth babe. And then you get people who are blocking, especially if you have a booth babe that's cosplaying. When I tested out booth babes, it for those who don't know what a booth babe is, it's like if you're tabling at a convention or you have like, you know, you have like a pop-up shop somewhere, and then you have some very attractive females to help you sell, because you know, I find that like she got more attention than the artwork did, and I have friends who had booth babes who were cosplaying, and all it did was clog the booth. Like people wanted to take pictures and stuff, and yeah, that's just like a little side note. Yeah. The last time I did SakuraCon was, I think, 2017, maybe 20. I think it was 2018. 2018, I would say. It's hard. It's hella hard to get to SakuraCon. SakuraCon's like Anime Expo level money, without the hassle, the headache, or the investment. Speaking of which, I got into Anime Expo. I've been doing exhibitor at Anime Expo for the past few years, and I decided I don't want to do it anymore because like I think my booth would have been like $6,000 or something. Plus, I didn't know if I was still going to be in California at the time of the biggest thing was I didn't know if I was still going to be in California back when we were all signing up for our exhibitor booth. So I was just like, nah, I'll dip. If I get into Artist Alley, if I'm still in California, I'll do that. So I got into regular Artist Alley for AX, and there's something very fun about that because what I normally do at AX, I get a big exhibitor spot upstairs and I do a live drawing, and there's like, it's like a lot of pressure, right? But this year I'll just have a table and I'll just be slanging prints and no pressure, and I'll just make my money and go home. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. Your job is making hella custom shit for folks like Coca-Cola, Nike jacket, or Jack Daniels or whatever. We're starting to think about the art streamer packages, like limited run sort of stuff. Oh, so you're talking about like making your own boxes. Oh, you'll be at AX table or attendee? I told my wife that if I didn't get, because she's never been to Anime Expo, and she could never come along because I'm always working, and she's just like, I don't want to be there for fucking 5 days while you work. I want to go hang out. And I was just like, yeah. If I don't get into the Artist Alley this year, then I told her that we would go as like attendees, because I haven't had fun at a con as an attendee in like forever. I was like, yeah, I promise if I don't get in, then I get in. She's like, fuck. I was like, you can come with me and help me sell. She's like, I want to fucking sell at a table for 5 days. Like, it's 4 days, but you got to get there on the day before, right, to set up. So it's 5 days, yeah. Ever? Artist table, man. You know, if you can get a double Artist Alley spot at AX, that's like, I don't know if they're still offering that, but double Artist Alley at AX is the best I've ever done. It was 2017, I think. I had a double Artist Alley spot at AX. That's the best I've ever done at any show, ever. I've never been able to match it. I've gotten close a few times, but I've never been able to match it. You just want to make cool shit? Hey, man. You know how we do it here, Buckets. You know what I'm talking about? You know how we do it. Like, if it were up to me, I would just hang out in the sketchbook and just goof off and learn new things every single day. And we just study and just hang out in the sketchbook all fucking day. You know me. That's how we would do it. But now we gotta do shit like this Ninja Turtles drawing that we finished. I have that Teen Titans drawing that we're gonna be working on, so I could maximize my profit at these cons and get out of California. So if anyone's wondering why we haven't been doing art studies in the sketchbook, that's why. And there was this part of me that was really having a hard time figuring out, like, am I willing to like sacrifice a year of my art studies and my progress in my art skill to, you know, to make buku bucks at these cons? And then I just realized, I'm like, I didn't start drawing until I was 25. I went like 2 decades without drawing. 1 year of drawing fan art ain't gonna do shit to me. I'll be fine. I was like, this is this ego I had that I couldn't let go of. Yeah. Tin, do you have any other cons before that? If I get accepted to all the cons that I apply to, I'm gonna have like 25 cons this year. Odafest, where's that? Oh, Canada. Oh, by the way, signups for Dragon Con in Atlanta are open right now. Signups for Overlord, what's going on, dude? Thanks for the raid. Welcome everybody. Today's gonna be a real easy stream. We're just doing some Patreon sketches. Yeah, the Patreon topics are chosen by the patrons. We just got done with some Yu Yu Hakusho ones and some Ghost in the Shell sketches. And then for February they chose the AKIRA. Yeah, Dragon Con. Well, actually, all traveling is really expensive, but I would say Dragon Con is like AX level in sales. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt to apply. If you get in, I would seriously say consider budgeting for it because it's supposed to be super good. I've never gotten into Dragon Con, but I know that it's like tier 0 in regards to like sales. Overlord, what's going on, man? Appreciate the raid again as usual. You fucking believe it's gonna be Saturday already? Oh, thank you. Here's some leftover Yu-Gi-Oh ones. When we had Yu-Gi-Oh month for the Patreon, I remember we were just hanging out on stream and we were just drawing for like hours, and I didn't realize I had like gone over how many I needed to do. So we just have a couple of spare ones. I actually had a couple more than this that I sold. Anyway. I'm having a good old time doing these. There's not a lot of pressure. They're just fun little sketches. And anyway, so Dragon Con signups are open right now. I think hold on, I put it into the Discord. So Dragon Con is open right now. Nandesu Con, which is supposed to be like a mid-tier show that I've never been able to get into. Applications for that are open right now too. And Anime North. You should be familiar with Anime North, right? That opens on Saturday. That's how you know you had fun. Yeah. I appreciate everybody for coming through, and thank you for the follows. We are dangerously close to 10,000 followers. So I think we only have, what, 10 more of these sketches to do? Then I'll be caught up on all my Patreon stuff. You're Houston based. Oh shit. Well, what's your opinion on anime Matsuri? I've heard so many mixed things, and over the years that I've been doing cons, I never did it just because those tables are hella expensive. I think they're like $400 this year. You're gonna hop off. Good talk. Yo, good good to hear from you again. It's been a while. Oh, Matsuri's gross. Yeah, I know that it changes venues a lot, which to me is a big red flag, right? Cause I'm just like, dude, you can't change venues every 2 years, you know? And I've heard so many mixed things about sales there. And tables are like $400, and I'm like, dude, come on. Anime Fest, though. You're Houston based. I assume that you've done Anime Fest. A Fest. That con's hella good. You just stay on the floor, because it's one of those conventions where the floor is open 24 hours. So you can just have a buddy and you all could tag team and just sell the entire time. So the owner is really bad, but for me, it was the most sales you've ever made next to Crunchy. Yo, that's the kind of story that I hear about. You're talking about Matsuri, right? I've heard stories like that about Matsuri, where it's either like, I hear stories about people doing awful, or they're like, no, Matsuri's like the best I've ever done. And to me, I'm just like, maybe the people who didn't do well, I should have gone and looked at what most of their products were like, you know? People don't support the con. Oh, great. Is it one of those things where the owner's a fucking weirdo? Is it one of those things? Which is like 90, that's like, no, 90 is like an exaggeration. That's like a lot of runners are like that. Just like Anime Midwest. What's his name? Who runs it? Whatever. People don't like to support Midwest for, you know, the owner. But I'm just like, hey man, I got a family to feed. I ain't fucking, your politics got nothing to do with me. Well, it's not politics, it's criminal. let me rephrase that. Not criminal, or not politics, it's criminal. So yeah, I know he's a fucking criminal and he's a creep, but you know, I got a family to feed, so it's like it'd be one thing if like, if I choose. Here's the thing, I've talked to my friends about this before, where it's like, do we want to get involved with a convention that's run by like a fucking criminal? I'd argue a lot of them are run by criminals, but I'm just like, you know what? That doesn't, if we don't sign up, somebody else will sign up, you know? So us not signing up doesn't affect them making like selling their tables. It really doesn't, because they'll sell it. Every con sells out of artist tables no matter what. So we're just like, you know what? Let's just. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I'm familiar with the Midwest guy. Or I don't remember his name, but I know he gone done. But is Matsuri that same thing? The runner of Matsuri, is it the same thing? Most likely. Maybe worse. I'm not trying to slander anyone, by the way. That's why I'm asking questions and I'm not making statements. Oh, did you just Google it right now? Oh, I see. Okay, but what about general public, general audiences? You know what I mean? So that's what we have to try and take into consideration. But as a Houston native, is Matsuri on your radar? Again, because it's the most that you've ever done. You're like, fuck yeah. That's awesome. To have such a big show and it be local to you, that's amazing. Did you used to go to it as like an attendee before you started selling? Did you know I had only ever been to one anime convention before I started selling as an artist? No. Yeah, I went to one. And then I tried my hand at a local one and I lost money. And then I went to Anime Expo and took a bunch of notes for like 4 days. And then after that, I didn't get to go to another con as an attendee until like 2017. I went to WonderCon as an attendee. Because I had a bunch of friends who were going and they could get me in for free. I was like, yeah, I'll go. Fuck it, I'll go. Yeah, AX is the Super Bowl of conventions. It's the EDC of conventions, you know? Like, it's... Hey, what's going on? Medic says, I apologize for breaking the conversation, but it's been so long since you've seen one of your videos, and all of a sudden I see you streaming. It's nice to see your art stuff again. Oh, thank you, yeah. Since the Gen 8 Pokemon masterpiece, hey, you talking about... Use my videos to help you sleep. Yo, yeah, I'm actually full-time on Twitch. Like, we stream every single day here on Twitch. And only on Twitch. Because multi-streaming is against the rules. So anyway, no, it's good to see you here. Yeah, we're drawing all the time. We're either working on those new projects, like we just did another collage piece. We finished a Ninja Turtle piece not too long ago, like, what was it, 2 weeks ago? But because nobody ever sees what I post on like YouTube and stuff, like I feel like I don't really get a lot of... We have like 46K on YouTube, and I don't think any of them see anything that I ever post, so I appreciate you coming through. Another show that I really want to get into, Fanime. I haven't been to Fanime since, what, 2019 is the last Fanime that I did. I got accepted to Fanime 2020, and then, you know, COVID happened. So instead of rolling everybody's tables over, they made everyone reapply. And then once I reapplied, I didn't get back in. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Are you lurking? Fanime is hella good, dude. Fanime is hella good. Fanime is better than Momocon, and I know they're on the same weekend. I have never been able to get into San Japan. Never. And I know that's on that September 1st weekend, right? That's a big weekend. The September 1st weekend. That's the weekend for Dragon Con. That's the weekend for fuck. There's like 5 big cons going on. I think SAC Anime is that weekend too. They're all good. For some reason, I bet I'm not gonna get into any of them. Jax never get into anime. You're cool, dude. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and if anyone here is not part of our Discord, that's actually where I'm most active. If some of y'all don't know that we have a pretty good art Discord, that is where I hang out now. I'm barely, you know, I don't post a lot on YouTube anymore. I post on YouTube when I have something to post. I don't keep a consistent schedule there because I'm not gonna like bullshit content just to put on there. I make stuff when there's something to make. Yeah. Here, I got you on the Dragon Con and Nandesu Con applications for those who are interested. Jax, thank you for coming through. Appreciate the lurk. Can you hear my dog snoring in the background? Hear Dragon Con is pretty good. Oh, I hear Dragon Con is incredible. They it's held across like 4 hotels that are all like adjacent from each other. Like I believe the hotels are all connected by like sky bridges, and the convention is just held. It's like a giant 4 or 5 day block party. That's all it is. Yeah, it's fucking wild. Go look up videos of it. It's fucking wild, dude. Like Dragon Con's ridiculous. And any convention where people are in such a good mood and they're drunk and high for like 4 days, they'll buy a lot of stuff. They're in a good mood, they're there to spend money. That's why one of the reasons AX is so good. Huge party con. Am I doing MetroCon? No, I'm not doing MetroCon. MetroCon, I might be thinking of MegaCon. Is that in April? I hear Metro's good. Florida in July. Let me see my calendar. I don't even have MetroCon on my calendar. And man, all these cons, that's what we were talking about earlier. It doesn't matter. Every con, Artist Alley sells out. That's why prices have been going up. They could charge like $500 for like, it could have like 5,000 attendees. They could charge $500 for artist tables. You may only get like the high-end artists who could afford it, but they will sell out. But that's cool. That's good to hear. I'm always happy to hear when people get into good shows, because then I can ask you how that show went for future reference for myself. I'm happy that AX switched over to a jury system. So my next con that I have is Level Up Expo in Las Vegas. That's in like 2 weeks. And then the weekend after that, I have Stockton Con, which is another small show, but I can drive there and home the same day. I don't have to get a hotel. I can just drive there, like go to work, and then just drive home afterwards. Level Up is fun. And you know, Level Up, it's cool. It's one of those shows, because I've been with Level Up. I think this will be my 6th or 7th year at Level Up. That show has just consistently been growing, and the sales have just been always going up every year. They like add more, and like the layout gets better. Like they do better at that con every year. That's what I like to see, without overextending themselves. So Lauren and Colton, if y'all are watching, I'm plugging your con pretty hard. Give me a discount next year. Dude, Jax, Nevada knows how to do it. For those who don't know, when you do so many, for those who don't know, when you do so many different conventions in so many different states, there's like different ways to file for each place, right? Nevada has it so that at the very end of your show, they hand out the tax form, and then you just fill it out right there. And then you go into a line where like they collect the taxes from you, and you're fucking done. And fucking nobody bothers you after that. Why don't they do that for everything? It's like, then you don't have to go home and be like, do all your finances and be like, all right, how much did I make? How much do I have to pay? You're just like, all right, so this is how much I brought home. Done. Like. I forgot to sign up for Level Up? Oh no. You'll be alright. When I was doing full-time cons, I was having such a hard time keeping track of like where, like, again, if I was just not lazy about it, like I'm not lazy about a lot of stuff, but the whole filing the taxes for individual states got me so, there's just like too much to handle. So my secret is I just didn't file, and then if a state never hit me back, I just didn't file, and which happened surprisingly a lot. But if a state hit me with they'll send you like a delinquency thing, and often there's no like fee for delinquency. It's just like, hey, you fucking owe us money. And they'll have the exact link. They'll have the exact link about like where to go to pay it off. So I don't have to like, I honestly didn't have to manage anything, because I essentially let them manage it for me. That's what I started doing, because I was doing so many cons. I was just like, fuck it, I'll just wait for them to send me like a delinquency notice. I got it. There's no extra charge on there. Here's the exact link to go. All right, done, paid. All right. Like, I kept my California stuff in line because, like, that's the one I was really familiar with because I was doing just California shows for the longest time. So I'm very familiar with the Board of Equalization website. You know, I know how to navigate it. But these other websites are a pain in the ass. So that's how I did it. I know. That's not how I would recommend you do it. What I'm saying is if you did it that way, they're the ones doing all the work. They're the ones asking you out on a date. No, I know, I pay everything. I'm just saying, like, just like the effort, that tiny bit of effort of learning how to navigate the website and all that stuff, you know, because usually when they send you the delinquency notice, they're like, here's your reference number. Go to this website, enter the reference number, and it'll automatically log you in. And then once it logs you in, that reference number usually automatically pops up what you owe. And then I'm just like, okay, cool. Did I do Anime Expo last year? Yeah, I had an exhibitor spot at Anime Expo last year. And I was up there. I sold... in regards to prints, I only sold original concept work. And then I had some Copic work that I sold framed. And then I did a live drawing while I was there, which I also sold on the spot. I actually applied for the Annex. Are you familiar with the Annex at Anime Expo? I applied for the Annex because I want to go... if they accepted me into the Annex, I would love to do a live drawing there. But, I mean, they don't want me, I don't want to do it. I think the Annex is going to go to either bigger businesses or people with bigger followings. That's who they're going to take into the Annex. I love doing in-person live art. Very heavily influenced by Kim Jong-gi. So when I do those sketches, or when I do those live drawings, I do the whole no under sketch kind of thing. Here, I think this is what it looked like. The one that I did at AX. Let me pull that up for those who haven't seen it. I'm not going to throw it up on screen, but I'll drop a link. The young deviant art. Man, we don't get those deviant art paychecks anymore, man. RIP. So with that drawing, that's what I did at AX. You can see it's made of 6 canvases. I was taking suggestions. The only character that I put in there was Eren from Attack on Titan. Everyone else in there was suggestions either from Instagram or from people walking by. And I just freestyled them onto the page. Or the canvases. That's all pencil, brush pens, and water. So ink wash. Does that mean Miyazaki as a Titan? Yes. No, that was inspired by a different... Let me find it. That was inspired by a different drawing that I did. I think in like one of my favorite sketchbook drawings that we ever did. Where is that bitch? Oh, here it is. What is it that makes Tetsuo Tetsuo? His hairline. Medic is asking, when you draw the faces, do you usually start with the hair first after you get the general shape to help frame where the rest of the face goes, or do you just go with whatever? I just do whatever. You should be able to start a drawing anywhere. For example, like if you're drawing a full person, you should be able to start at the feet. You know, not a lot of people do, but you should be able to. All right, buckets. I'll catch you. Catch you later. Yeah, you should be able to start a drawing from any spot. And once you start practicing that and you get used to it, you just kind of, I don't know, you kind of don't really pay attention anymore. You're just like, all right, well, let's just get started and get this over with. The one place I cannot start is the ear. Because when I start with the ear, I can't scale everything to the ear. I can start anywhere else. But if I start at the ear, I misalign where the eye is and I scale the ear wrong. It's always too big. The same thing, I can't, in regards to scaling, I also can't scale, I could draw a person and then draw like the interior of a vehicle or a car around them, right? I cannot draw the car and then scale a person inside of it. I've never been able to do that. It's the same thing with hats. If I start off with a hat and I try and draw the person under it, I fuck up the scaling. If I go the other way, start with the person and then draw the hat, easy. Isn't that weird? You hate the feet? You mean hands, ears? I could do feet. I'm pretty good at drawing hands. Not gonna lie. I actually made a hands tutorial when I was working with DeviantArt. I made a hands tutorial for the site, but not plugging. But I can't draw shoes. I for the fucking life of me, I can't draw shoes. I'll draw feet. I'm really good at drawing feet. I can't do shoes. I don't care who knows it. I'm not ashamed. It's just real talk. I've practiced it a lot. You know what it is? I've practiced it, but I haven't like hardcore studied shoes. When I learn something new, I like to dissect it and like learn the individual components of it before, you know. So once I have a strong understanding of it, of the components of a new object that we learn, then that's usually how I get it, right? And I haven't done that with shoes. So that's why I'm not good at drawing shoes, yeah. I remember I was having trouble drawing feet. Like I gotten okay with them, but then I was having trouble with them again. I think I'd gotten rusty, right? So now I was getting really angry and frustrated. So remember I think it was like a 17-hour foot stream, like a foot study stream here on Twitch, because I was just so tired. I was just like, nah, we're gonna learn how to do this by the end of this stream. So we were on for like 17 hours or something like that, where I just drew feet the whole time. And I had no idea. Like, I know that foot fetish is a thing. I didn't realize how many people were into it. And so that stream got hella views. I know. Like every other comment was just like, "Ooh, this is a kinky stream," and I was like, "Word? I didn't know it was that prominent of a thing that people were into." Whatever, got the views. Right. No, to me they were just feet. To me they were just a subject that I was unfamiliar with. That's how everything is to me. I'm still on call right now, by the way. My wife is recovering right now, and that's why I keep looking over and make sure I'm not missing like a text message from her, because she's in the room right now, recovering. So I gotta make sure I'm like ready to hop on in case she needs my help. Yeah, Copics. I'm a big Copic user. Strictly because when I started drawing, that's what I started using. Cause like I'm a huge Adam Hughes fan, and I'm a huge Art Germ fan, and that's what they were using. So I was just like, all right, well, this is what I'm gonna use. You know. It's like when you ask somebody, like, it's like when you ask digital artists, well, what brushes do you use? These days, honestly, like, I'm more of a like, I enjoy watercolor. I love the look and the process of watercolor more than Copics. Oh my god, for real? Is the writing on it? Is their casing different? Do they have like Japanese characters on it? Yeah, I'm pretty set with my Copics. But we were talking about this earlier. I don't recommend people buy pre-made sets of Copics. I always recommend buying like 1 to 3 at a time for colors that you know you're gonna be using very frequently. I don't like these pre-made packs that they assemble, because like a lot of the times, here's the thing about Copics. They're very vibrant, so it's very easy to mess up your values, right? Values, it refers to like the level of light and dark in your colors. Um, like they're so fucking all over the place, right? That like I often just work in toned grays. Uh, so when I was first building my Copic set, I just got the little 5 pack of neutral grays, and I used those to do commissions at conventions for like what, like 2 years, and then I got a hold of some cool grays and some warm grays, because like if you think about it, this is the color theory for Copic markers. Um, as long as everything looks good, if you're like having solid values will always look better than like throwing a bunch of random colors that are just like the values fucking all over the place, right? So that's just a fact. That's why people, when they do under paintings, they'll do it in grayscale, then add color to it, right? So my theory was with Copic markers was, if you have a set of neutral grays, a set of warm grays, and a set of cool grays, you technically can color everything, because every color falls into either neutral, cool, or warm. So like, for example, Wolverine, whenever I would get a Wolverine commission at like a comic book convention, all the yellow bits that he has on his outfit, I would just use a warm gray. And then the blue bits, I'd use a cool gray. Now, individually, those colors look like pretty washed out, right? But if you put them next to each other, you could definitely tell the difference in their temperature. And then you just kind of make the client do all the work for you. They're gonna see it as yellow and blue, and that's the trick. And once you fucking, as long as you get the values down, which is really easy when you're using grayscale markers, and that's how you get those really good looking so you get those really good looking commissions. Yeah, make them do some work, make them work for their yucks, you know. Yeah, when it comes to that kind of stuff, you have to remember the layman, the non-trained eye, they're not going to know what it is that they're looking at. They're going to be like, yeah, this blue and this red look really washed out. And then you put a cool gray next to a warm gray, and they're gonna look at it and be like, you know what, this yellow and this red look really washed out, but it looks kind of nice. And they're not gonna understand what they're looking at, you know. And I'm not gonna be the one to teach them. So anyway, so that's why, going back to the Copic discussion, that's why for anyone who's just getting started, because Copics can be very cost heavy up front, I always recommend starting off with some neutral grays. You know, get good with your values, get good with blending, find out what paper you like to use, even though the answer to that is Bristol. The 100-pound Bristol is, in my opinion, the best paper to use with Copics. And then, you know, as time goes on, slowly add stuff to it, but do not buy the pre-made packages. Swear to fucking God. Not only are those values all over the fucking place, but they're gonna give you colors you're either not gonna use, or those packs are gonna have like 3 colors that are so similar to each other. You don't need all 3 of them. You're wasting your money. Yeah. If anything, it looks better in the end because you've focused on the values, and that's what's gonna look the best. And then, you know, if you work in a lot of grays, if you decide to splash a little bit of like a single color on there, like a really high saturated like green in the eyes or something, and just that, then it, oh my God, it looks so good. I have never done that, but thank you for the heads up on it. Give me a second. Just 1 second, hold on. Yeah, everything is Saitama themed. Like, you want to see a cool one? The animation when somebody subscribes is really cool. So everybody should check that out. All right, so these have been sitting long enough. We can color them now. No, but for real, all my I was just joking, but yeah, all of my what do you call them? All of my alerts, I custom made all the GIFs for my alerts, and they're all just scenes from One Punch Man. Hey, buddy, dude, this smells weird, right? Yo, does this cocaine smell weird to you? Let me know. You know? Got any muscle tutorials sitting around and trying to draw a female ninja in a basic pose, not really in a dynamic pose? You're out there drawing them in basic reference poses. Any muscle tutorials that I've made? No, we did an anatomy tutorial, but that was like 2 years ago. That's probably still up on DeviantArt or YouTube, maybe. But no, I would just find, honestly, I would just find a reference. Like, you should be able to find plenty of different references for like muscle placement. That's what I would use. Yeah, you know, that's good. Female bodybuilders, they're really good for reference. Just bring them down a little bit. This is my favorite Copic, by the way. BV23 Bravo Victor 23. It's called Grayish Lavender. It's my favorite Copic. I think I like it because it's almost like a toned gray. Gymnasts, yeah, but most gymnasts, you shouldn't be able to see too much of like the back muscles, right? Because I don't think they're. Oh wait, no, they do have low backs on them. No, that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be good. I think you would miss a lot of the midsection muscles there. Thanks for the follow. Ooh, we are ghoulishly close to 10,000 followers here. We haven't quite decided what we're gonna do for the 10K stream. We're gonna do something fun. I don't want to do another 24-hour stream because we do those a lot, so that doesn't really feel special. I want to do something that we haven't done before. MacGyver, what's up? You're an artist? Hey, nice to meet you. I invite all artists to hop into our Discord, by the way. It's an art Discord. There's a place for you to share all your social media links. There's a place where you could share works in progress. We have an art business section where we like to talk about conventions, and anytime convention signups happen, I actually post it on there. Or any convention signups that I'm aware of, I post it on there to keep everybody up to date too, if anybody's a convention artist. But if you don't want to hop into the Discord, that's fine. But I do invite everybody to drop a link here into the chat. Just one link of a place where you share your artwork if you feel like it. I welcome that. You make digital copies of these characters like with Adobe? So these right here, specifically what we're working on here, this is for the Patreon. No, these are ink sketches. They just go out to the patrons. In my online shop, you don't need to buy anything if you don't feel like it, but you could see the kind of digital artwork that I more mass produce. Very different from my traditional work. I'm primarily a traditional artist, but when I do like fan art that I mass produce, like you say, I sell them, I make copies of them. That's the kind of stuff you can see it in my shop. I like to do these giant collages where I'll take every character from a particular property and just draw all of them in a single image. So I have an example here. So here's an example of something that some fan art that I do digitally. So this is my 1,000-hour Dragon Ball, my 1,000-hour every Dragon Ball character drawing. This took so many years off my life to make this. I was living on stimulants when I did this. I have one for Pokemon. I have one for like League of Legends and Overwatch. We finished one for Turtles in Time last week, and we're gonna be doing a Teen Titans one as soon as we're all caught up on these other work. Thank you for the follows, everybody. I said I wasn't gonna do this, but I want to see what our follower count is at. We're really close to 10K, so I want to see how far we are from it. Oh, we still have a while to go. We're at 9936. So what was that? 64? 64 followers? Okay. So when I go to conventions, well, I finished the Ninja Turtle piece, which would be my 8th collage. I call them masterworks, but that would be my 8th piece. Prior to this, I had only been going to cons with 7 different designs, and I was making a pretty good living off of that. Just 7. You know, I used to show up to cons with, like when I first got started, I had those big wall of like dozens of different designs and dozens of different prints. And after a while, I decided to just only do those big collage pieces. So I was able to get it down to just 7 pieces. And that's all I sell. Just 7 different pieces in 2 different sizes. So I only have 14 products when I go to cons. And it works fine for me. Also, the biggest, my opinion, the biggest upside to it is oh, so you don't work in pre-made vectors. Do you work in vector in general though when you do your design? So you work in like Illustrator? So back to talking about the prints. My favorite part about it is that I can mass order my prints, which means I could place an order for like 1,000 of like the Pokemon. I could place an order for like 1,000 of the Dragon Ball, 1,000 of the Ninja Turtle, because I know that that's all I sell, right? So I don't have to manage like, am I only going to bring 20 of this? Am I going to bring 40 of that? I'm bringing like 150 of everything. You know what I mean? Like I bring 211 by 17s of everything to every con. I don't give a fuck. Like so I don't ever have to worry about like inventory. Which makes flying a lot easier too, yeah. What do you mean at least I don't have to draw them all? I drew them all one time, and that's good enough. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. That's called picking a different career. Finishing up in May. That's awesome. You have any potential work lined up afterwards, like studio work? Or let me rephrase that. Are you eyeballing any specific studio work afterwards? You're already pretty set. You work from home making e-cards. You know some Hollywood execs now? Nice. It is a big game of who you know. Who you know, right? Thank you for the Insta share. Thank you. I always encourage people to share like where you most post. I got you on that young Insta though. Oh, I see you work on cards too. You study digital marketing and analytics and web design. Jesus Christ. I draw pictures and hope people buy it. That's what I do. You know what's funny? For a few months last year, I was sitting around, I was just like, how do I even make money? Because like because I've diversified my income with my art for so much since COVID, because before it was like all conventions, right? Now I've diversified so many different things, and I was sitting there, I was just like, what the fuck do I even do? Like, I just sit here, back when we would sit, but okay, before we were doing like those big masterworks, like the every character drawings, the digital art here on stream, for the longest time we just hung out in the sketchbook and just did art studies here, and we would like, I would like teach that new stuff to y'all, but even though it was like for me, like I was picking subjects that I wanted to learn, and they kind of accidentally turned into educational streams, right? But I was like, we were just doing that for the longest time, and I would sit there, I was like, how the fuck am I even making money? I was like, what do I do? So yeah. What'd you do with all that money? I bought my mom a car. I spent the rest on PCP. That's from Chappelle Show. You recognize it? That's from Chappelle Show. That's the they're playing dice with oh my god, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Oh my god. Anyway, the reality is people are the focus and not Hollywood. Real people creators are the future. So I guess I should plug this for those who know, like pre me being here on Twitch, I was full-time conventions. I'm talking like 30 plus conventions a year. And I actually started a YouTube series. They started off very vloggy, but over time there's a lot more production value and effort put into them. And there's a link to the latest episode, which was Anime NYC from last year. I often talk about Sometimes they're just fun videos. Other times they're just like expressive videos for me. But a lot of the times I talk about whether or not a convention is well run. I talk about like, you know, sometimes talk about how much I made. I talk about what is working, what isn't working, the table cost and like hotel cost. I'll talk about all that kind of stuff from like the business side. So if anyone's interested in that, it's my YouTube series right there. Oh, you study all of that, huh? What's an interesting fact that you think we would find surprising as somebody who is much better at drawing than marketing himself? Somebody who's much better at art than business. What's an interesting metric or piece of info that you've do you save money printing yourself, or is the labor and time you save using a printing company worth more? I don't have I use a company to print mine because, like I said, I only have 7, well now 8 different designs. So I would when I place an order, I can order in bulk. So it's actually not that expensive for me. My prints, my 24 by 36 prints come out to less than $2 a piece. That's nothing for that size, because I can order them in bulk. And another thing is I have friends who they make t-shirts. I have friends who have 3D printers. I have friends who have large format poster printers at home. And the one thing that happens to all of them is that eventually they go down for maintenance. And that is just something I do not want to deal with. So in regards to the time it would take away from me to fix those things, or let's say they break down when I really need them, which they will eventually, I don't want to deal with that. So could I save a little bit of money by doing the printing here at home in the long run? Probably. Do I want to deal with all that? No, I value my time more than that, because the amount of time I would spend fucking problem solving that thing, assuming it doesn't directly cost me money, because it could directly cost me money by not printing what I need on time. I could just make new artwork. So nah, I don't print at home for those reasons. Also, those things are huge. I fucking want one of those in my fucking office. Like, crazy. But that's just me. For my specific set of things that I make, it doesn't make sense for me. I have friends who primarily make stickers, and they print all their stuff at home. And I think it works out pretty well for them. However, I would also argue you could probably find somebody on Alibaba who could probably beat that price that you just paid. You know.
I cried, for I didn't think it could be true. That you and I might have always known one another, and that we could not only evolve.
Though then again, once you send your files out there to China, oh, it's a wrap. Everybody has, yeah.
It was all in service of our dream. Now please.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It really depends on what your business is. For me, it doesn't make sense to print my own stuff. I don't even have a regular printer at home. Do you know that? I just like it was like sometime during lockdown, I ran out of ink in my printer, and I was just like, do I need this thing? So I just stopped printing stuff. and I just haven't needed a printer like for documents. I just don't because I have everything digitally. Like, and I'm just like I have a label maker for shipping orders, but like I don't have like a regular printer. So I'm just like, all right, look, if I don't have a regular printer, you know, goddamn way I'm gonna buy a giant printer.
that has ever existed. It was all in service.
Jax, exactly. Yeah, that's why I don't use Alibaba.
Hear what I hear.
But what I'm saying is you could though. But yeah, at the end of the day, that maintenance cost, both with, you know, literal cost and time invested. I just don't want to do all that, man. And what if it breaks down and you think you know what the problem is, but you're not? You're like, but you're not a fucking technician for that stuff, right? Let's say you can't figure out what the problem is. You're gonna call a technician to come repair it. Calling somebody in to repair your printer is the same thing as just sending your prints off for somebody else to print. Is that, can we agree on that?
Let me explain.
Yeah, so like, if I do need a document printed for whatever reason, every blue moon, I just go to the Office Depot near me because the Office Depot accepts packages anyway. So I could just be like, all right, look, if I need something printed, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna drop off my packages there anyway. I'll just spend a couple of pennies to fucking print my documents.
All in service.
No, it's not pennies. It's I think, was it like 30 cents?
Let me explain.
Anyway, yeah, no. I don't have a
Cruelty. This repulsive.
I don't have a large format printer here at home.
Will all die.
I just
And now, I cry for all that is beautiful.
look forward to watching on YouTube. Hey, I appreciate that. How big is your industrial printer? No, my YouTube, like my YouTube channel is actually not. I don't get a lot of traction on there. I am not trying. I'm not gonna lie. For the longest time, I tried to build a YouTube channel, but in order to really get the ball rolling on that, you have to like do stuff that I don't want to do. You know what I'm talking about? The kinds of videos that get the clicks. So the stuff that I upload to YouTube, it's more of like a place for me to put like expressive stuff. It's not. That's why I don't upload very frequently on there. I take a lot of time, and I put a lot of effort into the videos that I make. And to me, that's like, I consider my YouTube series. I consider that as like a part of my body of work because I've been doing it for so long. Yeah. What do I have, like 46K on YouTube? But a lot of those numbers, that's like inflated numbers because I've had some videos that went like kind of viral and I got a shit ton of like subs from that. But in regards to like the episodes that I make, nobody watches those. I make them for me. I'm actually I'm a film nerd, so I like to test out different editing styles and like different, just when I go out to these conventions and I shoot, and I'm like, when I'm out there shooting stuff while I'm at the con, I'll always try out different things. I'm like, all right, well, I still want to try this. I want to see what a wide shot versus like having the camera behind the table. You know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah. So anyway, I still think the videos are good. I think the videos are very good. But I don't make them with the intent of like growing the channel, if that makes sense. But other artists, I'm sure you'll find them fun. But thank you.
知りなさい飢えた狼どもあんたたちおとなしくしないとすごいことするわよ私たちいい友達になれそう
Somebody command 77, please. I hope that still works. I can't remember if I disabled it or not. Exclamation point 77. Here, I'll get it. I'll get it. There it is. Yeah, episode 77. That's my favorite episode that I've ever made. I had planned that episode out for a year. Because I knew what I wanted to do. Because you know how we were talking about Anime Expo, right? So the Anime Expo episodes are always like, they're like season finale style like episodes, right? Like they're just so extra. And when I had finished AX the year prior, I already knew what I wanted to do for the next one. So I was just like, all right. So I had started gathering like the music that I wanted, how I wanted to format it, because it hops through time, right? It's not like a straightforward narrative in that one, like a regular vlog, yeah. Good plugs. I appreciate it, dude. People are shy to plug. I'm all for it. Nice to meet you, though. And I hope everything goes well on your end. Welcome everyone. If you're just hopping in, we are working on some Patreon sketch cards right now. I appreciate all of my Patreon people. What does everyone have planned for the weekend? Because for some reason it's fucking Saturday again. I have lost all sense of time. So for those who don't know, who have been for those who have been hanging out around the stream, rather, y'all know that the wife is going through daily radiation and weekly chemotherapy, and I've been taking care of her and taking her to appointments and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, because of that, I have lost all fucking sense of time. I'm like, what you talking about? It's Friday night. What you talking about Saturday morning already? We just came from Saturday. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what? What day is it? I'm not gonna lie, because it's been like non-stop, right? So that's crazy, yeah. You know what's funny? moods, like it's actually, well, to be fair, we've known about it for a long time, and we only started openly talking about it like what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago? No, like, whoa, we started talking about it in January, so I don't know, we started being open about it publicly in like January time, because I had been missing a lot of streams, so people were like, where the fuck you been? I'm like, alright, you want to know where I've been? Like, that's the thing. The more we open up and talk about it, it's just like everybody, however many degrees they are away from you, everybody has somebody that is going through something similar medically. Everyone is just sick. It's just like a fact. So it's been kind of nice, honestly, to kind of be more open about it, because I know everybody, again, knows somebody, you know? Why you think I ain't sleep, son? Why you think I look so tired, son? Like, I can't believe we got a collage. I can't believe we got another collage done while I was doing all this. That's fucking crazy. That's why we've been streaming at these weird hours. Because you know how normally our streams are like 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time? That's why I stream in the middle of the night like this. Because I can't stream during the day because there's a lot going on here. So once everybody goes to sleep and things settle down, then I can just hop on to work, you know, uninterrupted. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, everything's actually going well. You know, we're pretty young. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here. Yeah, we're pretty young. We're really healthy. So, you know, we've been able to bounce. And you know what it is, if I may. You know, a lot of the people, the other cancer patients there, are really old. And a lot of the stuff that allows you to deal with the treatment has a lot to do with like your existing physical health, but like your diet plays a big part in it, like things about like your hydration and all that. And a lot of older people, you know, their bodies are already kind of worn down and falling apart, and maybe they're not in a place where they can control their diets and stuff like that as hardcore as like somebody as young as, you know, my wife and I. So we're able to kind of get it at like different ends, you know what I mean? And that's what's allowing her to really bounce back from all this treatment stuff. But like, I see these older people and I'm just like, dude, I don't even know how you're fucking getting out of the car right now, you know? Like, Malcolm, what's up? I have no idea what any of that means. Oh, you doing? All right, I finished God of War last night. Gotta say, the game was incredible. Are you sad it's over? Is there post game? Can you go back and like collect stuff? We have a lot of Tetsuos here. Let me finish coloring the hair and then I'll get back to the chat. Malcolm, what do you have planned for the weekend? And also, can you believe it's the weekend again? I mean, if you wanna go off and explain some stuff, I'm all here to hear it. Well, my puppy just farted, and it is horrendous. It's all that fancy food. My puppy's eating better than I am these days. What's the future forecast in regards to snow for you? Is that it? It's melted, it's done for the year? Do I sell my art? Yes. I have an online shop right there. You want to take a look? I have very different kinds of art that I sell. The stuff in the online shop, that's more of like my fan art, the stuff I make prints of. These are original ink sketches. You can get a hold of these on Patreon, or you can commission me for like an actual drawing. So like, here's a commission that I'm working on right now. This is somebody's original character, right? So I gotta finish this up at some point, eventually, one day. One day, but it is not this day. SWOT in marketing isn't a bad thing. K9 being bad. Oh. Alright, man. Thanks for coming through. Some old art. Ooh. So right now I have like I have a temporary camera setup right now, because normally we don't use this desk for traditional art. But I could send you a link to where you could see a lot of my old sketchbook stuff. Well, it's a combination of like sketchbook and like just old work in general. In my DeviantArt gallery, that's where you can see a lot of my stuff. Yeah, my DeviantArt is more up to date than my other socials. But thank you for taking a look at them. I appreciate it. Give me a second. What's your print? Yo, dude, what's up? What's going on, man? Dude, I understood like 4 words in that paragraph you just wrote. And 2 of them were the same word. The. Hey, D, what's up? It's been a while. I'll send you and your wife home play. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. For being such a hey, that's part of it, right? We made it through 15 years ago at 44 without your help. Again, like we were talking about earlier, you know, the more open we are about it, everyone has gone through to some degree or is going through, you know, with somebody, a family member or something. So that's actually really helped a lot because yeah, it's I didn't even think about it. Like when you're more open about it, everyone always has their own story to share, and I always appreciate when people share theirs too. Yeah, so. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I get that. I get that. But to be frank, also to be Chris, I don't really care about this stuff anymore. You know, in regards to like I don't fuck around on social media anymore. Like a copy paste stuff. I like to draw live in front of people here, and I make the YouTube videos when I fucking feel like it. And yeah, it's ever since I've kind of switched off from being too focused on that stuff because I used to be. Fucking, it's crazy obsessed with it. Ever since I switched off, I've like to a quieter kind of life. I've just been happier. So like all that stuff's cool, yeah. No, dude, no, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, yeah. And I'm not just saying that to be like, ooh, I appreciate it, bro. No, like, you know, there's trillions of people you could be talking to right now, so I do appreciate your input on that. Yeah, but yeah, I used to be like, I think 2017 was my worst, like mentally. I was just like so obsessed with it, and it was like once I genuinely, not like told myself when I, not like saying that I was past it, but like to genuinely be past it, and not care about that kind of stuff anymore. Like I just focus on drawing more, and things chilled out. Because we didn't go hardcore here on Twitch until like what 2020, right? How many times I say this, y'all wouldn't have liked me back like prior to that. I was a fucking weirdo. I was fucking awful. Not a weirdo. Weirdo's the wrong word. That's not an accurate description. I was a fucking asshole. Yes. But we chill here. Oh, you're talking about the face? What? You don't want me to build a little robot anime girl in the corner? Doing a little... I could have like 60% of the screen be this. Yeah, it's before that's the arc. That's the arc before you join the main cast. Well, I guess this ties into because on Discord, on our Discord, I think my favorite section in the Discord is the rules section. So I like to post up little tidbits of wisdom every now and then, little or funny quotes, and one thing that I used to. How was the best word to describe? What has the best way to describe it? Okay. These days, I only put energy. These days I only put into something based on what it's gonna give back to me. Back in the day, I used to put into something with the hopes that eventually it'll give something back to me. And there's a big difference between like those two like mindsets. So I'll give social media for an example. I'll give YouTube as an example. Back when I was uploading like daily and I was just like trying to push out content, right? I wasn't really getting much in return. I was getting something, but it didn't match what I was putting into it. Same thing with social media. A lot of people are like, oh, I didn't get 100 likes. I'm going to fucking kill myself. And I'm not going to study hardcore because I need to produce some artwork so that I can post every single day. You know what I'm talking about? And after a while, you're putting so much in. What are you really getting out of it? You get a couple hundred bucks of sales every now and then, right? Like, so. Become a cute anime girl. Bitch, what you think all this is? Oh, which one are you watching? You're talking about episode 77? Yo, that's guerrilla filming, man. We go to these conventions and set up the camera. Hopefully, like my mic. Hopefully, I have my mic turned on. Hopefully, it's not dead while we're sitting there trying to make sales. Fucking guerrilla filming out the ass, dude. It's so much fun. Battery's at 3%. Where's the other battery? I can't get the battery right now. I'm taking care of a sale. Fuck. What do we do? Alright, dude. Thank you. Enjoy. Oh my god. Okay, so shooting the stuff is easy because in my head I already know. I have like different ideas for how I want to edit it, right? So like I have it in my head already, and when I go out there I just have to shoot it. That is not hard. Editing for me, an episode could take like 10 hours to edit. Episode 77, that took me like 2 straight full days to edit. Speaking of edit, I have a really big project that I've been kind of working on. It was supposed to come out in February, but you know, things around here just haven't allowed me to. But yeah, I had a big film project coming out. Let me rephrase that. It's still happening. I just need time. I just need time. Well, I told you I didn't have time, but today, no. I'm excited for it. I'm not gonna lie, like, as soon as I get time and things settle down, that is like priority number one to work on that. I'm so, God. We have 3 left and we're done.
Changing worlds, starting anew.
I think this is the last Tetsuo drawing. And I think the next, yeah, the last 2 are Kaneda.
Changing worlds, starting anew.
All right, yeah, you gonna head out? Well, I appreciate you hanging with us. All right, let's refill this. I just drooled on myself. Luckily, I didn't drool on this stuff. Oh yeah, I'm gonna knock out when we're done here. Well, actually, maybe not. I don't have any appointments tomorrow, so this is a good opportunity to stay up. I love Copics. I know people complain about their price, which, yes. However, if you took that, if you took the price out of the equation, which is not something I do a lot, and we talked about it where when people look at Copics, well, first off, I'm gonna say in general they are very expensive, at least here in the U.S. they are. But if you don't buy the pre-made packs and just buy the individual pens that you need, they're not bad, honestly. Like, I have friends who bought the Copic suitcase. Y'all know about the suitcase, right? I have friends who bought that, and I just look at it and I look at their artwork and I'm like, but you're not even using them. Like, you're most people, and by say most people, they don't apply general color theory to when they Copic. They don't think about the values when they're using Copics. They are just using reds and greens and blues, and they're fucking all over the place. And it's like, you didn't fucking need Copics if that's what you wanted to do. You can get some fucking, go to Wally, go to Walmart, and get some regular ass fucking markers, and you could do the exact same thing with that. Copics excel if you are good at blending, which takes a lot of practice, which, like we talked about earlier, I always recommend getting a small set of grayscales when you're getting started. Blending, when you are being very accurate with the values, like when you're actually working with them, they're fucking phenomenal. But most people don't. Like what we're doing here, this is shenanigans. This is just whatever with the Copics. Like, because this is all I have to color with. Grayscale, yeah. Like if you see what I mainly do with my commission work, it's all neutral, warm, cool grays, with a little splash of color every now and then, usually in like the irises. That's it. So in that regard, they are expensive, but I do feel like most people don't really utilize them to their potential. That's just a fact. They get it because it's cool. Ain't nobody need a fucking Seto Kaiba suitcase of Copic markers. Copic, sponsor me. I would like to be paid to tell people to not buy your product. Have you seen the Copic suitcase? I'm not lying. It looks like that metal. It looks like the metal suitcase that Kaiba walks around with. Google it. Google's Copic suitcase. For those who have never seen it, it's a suitcase with, I don't think they make it anymore, but it had literally every color that was out at the time. A lot. For the longest time, I only had neutral grays. I didn't even have the toned grays for the longest time, and I did fine because I was just focused on the values. That's like trying to worry about what supplements to take before you start working out. Like your diet's not on point, you're barely going to the gym, but you're spending all your time trying to figure out what supplements to take. Does that analogy read for some of you? Yeah. That's just $4,000. Yo, you're paying for that suitcase. Dude, I don't even have 58. 350? I don't even have 58 markers. I probably have like... I have 48 total. And I don't even use, I don't even, like, I got like colors like this, like these ones right here, because I'm pretty sure somebody stole them, but they were walking around a convention and selling them for like $1, $2, right? And I was just like, I'll buy them. This one's like dead. This one's like dried out and dead. Like, I don't even use it. I try and find a reason to use these. Very pretty green. Yeah, I'll never know because I don't ever use that shit. I will be happy to move on to drawing Kaneda after this. We've drawn, I swear to God, we've drawn like 11 Tetsuos or something. Like 11 or 10. Let's move on to somebody else. His hairline is annoying. This bores me. Is anyone up for a game of basketball? Anyone watching new animes lately? Nope. If you had telekinetic powers strong enough to create a new universe, your hair would probably get a little crazy too. Spoilers. Hey, what's going on? I'm doing well. I'm happy to get these Patreon sketch cards done. I will be opening the poll for next month's topic for sketch cards. All patrons of all tier levels will be able to vote on that. Even if you're a part of the $1 tier, you could vote on the sketch card topic. You're over your art block? Oh yeah? The secret to getting over art block. Go look at your bank account. Boom. There you go. Get back to work. Well, then keep that piece of advice in mind. Never forget what I said. One day it'll come in handy.
and the sun will rise. Made something out of nothing. Found something deep inside. And always keep on running. That's what it means to be alive.
I have some very snory puppies again in the room. Paul, okay, your drawings suck, but at least they exist. You could always have hypothetical sucky drawings. Nowhere near as good as real finished shitty drawings. Ugh. So we only have one more sketch card after this. I think we did pretty good. And we did pretty well this month on these cards. I guess when you draw the same character like a dozen times, you start to get pretty fast at it. Draw for fun. Now that I think about it, that's what these Patreon sketch cards are. Like, yeah, the patrons do vote on it, on the topic, but I set the different topics. So I'm really only putting down topics that I would like to draw. Oh, one of those gross old people children. The psychics. The Mickey Rooney anime kids. Last one. It's my favorite one. Been sober for like 5 days, man. Thought I'd throw that out there. We'll go over all of them when we're done, because I have to sign all of them still. My Ninja Turtle prints should be coming in tomorrow. There's a little bit of a delay getting them here because, like I said before, I had to switch my printing companies. But they're supposed to come in tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. See them. I want to see them.
You say you're all I got, but there's much more to life than love. You want to keep me down, but I'd be better off above.
What do you mean?
I was suddenly aware of every small detail in the room. My senses increased 1,000-fold, and I began to see things I had never noticed before.
I appreciate the lurk. How long do you think it'll take until they decide to reboot? Like we said before, I'm surprised they haven't done something with AKIRA already. Whether it's executed on a live action that they've been threatening us with for some time now. Whether, you know, like, you thought they... I thought they would have moved forward with something already. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen with AKIRA. They're gonna do something with it.
My senses increased 1,000-fold, and I began to see things I had never noticed before.
Oh, the Wachowskis, excuse you? Do you want to lose your job and everything you own? Gotta be careful with that, man. That's why I just don't talk to people. You know, the intent of what I say is never disrespectful, but intent and context don't mean anything anymore. So that's why I just don't talk to people now. Sometimes I feel like even here on stream, just like the mild jokes that we make about like anything, even I sometimes sit here and I'm just like, man, is this the last stream we're ever gonna have? Because all it takes is for somebody to clip some nonsense that I say, clip it, take it out of context, and that's my ass right there.
Time.
That's cool. I was gonna say I'll just play the race card. I'll just play the mahjong tile and be like, oh, it's because I'm Filipino. Think I don't know any better. You think I'm some kind of island person, huh? I see how it is. I think there's only 13. It looks like a lot, right? Not bad. 13 sketches to pay for my internet bill this month. I'm happy with that. They're actually wedding invitation cards. Did you know that? When I was trying to figure out, I was like, man, I want to do little sketch cards, so 4x6 is probably the smallest I can go, where I could still put in some detail, right? Because you go too much smaller, you won't be able to get in a lot of the details in there. So, I was like, okay, 4x6 is good, and it's easy to find frames for 4x6. It's very standard size. So I was browsing around. I was just like, ooh, wedding invitation cards. What's the weight on those? I don't remember exactly what the weight is, but they're nice. Yeah, they're very absorbent too, so you can put a lot of ink on them. You have to do some research onto why Japan tickets doubled in price is due to don't just recently opening all the Japanese airports. Trips to Japan circles have been insanely low, so now they're overpriced. Oh, I see. It's because they just opened. So you're saying it's because it just opened and now everybody's going over there? I like this one a lot. He's got the 9 head. Wait. What's 30K? So... Oh, you're saying... What? 30K? Nah. That's too much. That's too much. Well, these were really fun. I'm happy with how these came out. This is the best one. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. We'll just hang out and chill and talk for a little bit. Until then, I invite everybody to join our Discord. So I'm looking for somebody to raid. I'm scrolling through the art section, and I'm just like, oh, a traditional artist. It's fucking me. Like, all right, let's. Do I have a place to put memes? Not really. No, I don't have a section for memes. We used to, but I don't know, I just... It's a serious Discord. All the memes that I have are like awful. They're too dark. All right, I see somebody here using. I see a traditional artist on here. We're not gonna launch the raid quite yet, but I sleep. Just not a lot of consecutive hours, but I do sleep, yeah. So we're gonna raid somebody here. It looks like the only other traditional person that I could see right now. So we're gonna let the raid do its thing. So it's gonna be like another minute and a half before we head out. But if anyone has any questions, go ahead and throw them at me now. A little AMA. Last 1 minute AMA. Otherwise, these are Patreon sketch cards right there. Drop the link to the Patreon if you want it. And I invite everybody to hop into the Discord. Dude, what's up? Yeah, I smacked the shit out this. The camera's like right here, right here. You can't see it, it's off screen. It's like right here. So that's other than this commission that I have to do for somebody's OC. I'm caught up on everything. I will take Sunday off to hang out with the wife. And then we'll be on that Teen Titans drawing on Monday. Excited. But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. The raid's gonna launch in like 10 seconds. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Bye.